Come on now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I got a big bag, I got them big mad. Gotta take them boys to school cause they skip class. They be tryna watch my moves, tryna steal swag. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got a big bag, I got them big mad. Gotta take them boys to school cause they skip class. They be tryna watch my moves, tryna steal swag.
Hey, what's going on, fellas, man? Welcome everybody once again to the Shot Clock. This is week 7 of the preseason high school basketball. You got me, G-Day Hoop Scout, Rob C in the gym, and we got Coach D King back once again as we finish out this UIL 6A talk, man, and just talking some basketball. We was talking top 75 picks from the NBA. It's a lot of players that people feel got snubbed, and so if y'all feel anybody got snubbed, man, just y'all can chime in at any time in the comment section. Let us know. I'll put it on the screen. And just tell us who you feel got snubbed, man. Besides that, Rob, man, how was your week, man?
Man, long week, man. I had to work and then train for my new position. Your boy got a promotion, so I'm gonna be like manager and training now. So it humbled me though. I got cussed out a couple of times, got threatened a couple of times. So it was cool though, man. Ole Miss won yesterday. The Chargers didn't lose today. So all is good in the universe, man.
D King, man, how about you, man? How was your week, man?
I had a half a good week, it was not bad. My weekend was okay, man. UT didn't lose. It's all good. The Jets were the Jets today, but that's all right, man. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out soon. Other than that, it was good, man. Changed some transmission fluid today.
Okay.
I'm on my way. Versatile. Definitely versatile.
So Dwight got snubbed. Better career.
Yes, he did.
Then Bill. I was about to say Luke Walton. Bill Walton.
I ain't going to even go to Bill, man. I'm going straight to his teammate, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Rob. I'm with you. Dwight Howard had a way better career than Anthony Davis and Damian Lillard,
Definitely.
And probably Paul Pierce, So it's just tough. It's definitely tough. So it's definitely tough. But Bill Walton, you can't take the dudes who was already on there off, Like they just added 25 more.
Yeah, everybody who made the 50 made the 75. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, you can't take a dude off that's been retired. He ain't do nothing to get off yet. He couldn't eliminate himself yet.
No, that's true.
T-Mac, another one. Vince Carter was another one we seen.
Vince Carter, definitely.
G-Day, you said some names, man.
Man, I said like Alex English, Bernard King, like some older guys who put in big numbers. I know they didn't win no championships and all that, but just the numbers that they put up, the impact that they made for their teams.
He said, "Yes, the hell you can take them off, D King."
Nah, you
can't take them off, man. If he made
if you made that original top 50, you
can't take them off, man.
You pretty solidified. The only thing that you can do is move down. Like if you number 55 if you number 50 when that top 50 came out, you may move to number 75.
Yeah,
but as far as coming off the list, they ain't gonna take them off the list.
Man.
What's going on, D1 Hornets, man? Once again, I'd like to welcome y'all to Shot Clock. Man, we got go ahead.
How was your week?
Oh man, my week was good. Full work week. But it was cool, man. It went by pretty quickly. So it was a good week overall, man. Good week, man. No complaints. Good week.
That's good, man. Everybody have a good week, man. I think one person only had the best. Well, he's not on here yet, but I think he had the best week out of us.
Yeah. He probably had the best one. Mr. Dudes, man, you a fool, man.
man crazy.
Come on, man. Hey, I've eaten an end of a loaf sandwich before. You know, I done ate a few. It's all good.
No, me too, man. UIL, we finished. We left off with District 21. Um, Rob was a little upset with our picks, but our picks is our picks. We moving on to District 22, man. District 22, UIL 6A Region 3 has teams as Channelview, Deer Park, Pasadena Dobie, Pasadena Memorial. You got Pasadena Sam Rayburn, then you got Pasadena South Houston. So Rob, man, who you got, man?
I got Pasadena Memorial one, man. Coach Olivier done brought a new energized attitude over there. We seen them at the preseason jam. I try to come authentic, so I don't be always writing stuff down. They got a couple of good scoring guards. They also got Robert Miller ranked as one of the top 2024 prospects in the whole city of Houston. So I mean, they got the best player in the district. So I'm gonna go with them. One, I'm gonna go with Channelview 2. They always got some football players, some sneaky athletes over there. I'm gonna throw South Houston in there, man. I'm gonna show Coach Washington some love, man. Coach Washington was really a part of a catalyst that helped build up that Goose Creek train that's rolling over there. So he takes over the Trojans of South Houston this year. I'm gonna throw them in there at 3, and then I'm gonna take Deer Park 4. I know Pasadena won the district, but Coach Pillow moved on, and their best player transferred to Atascocita, so I think they take a step back. So yeah, them gonna be my 4 right there.
Okay. D King, you know who you rolling with?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pasadena Memorial as well to run that district. I think I like Rob. You didn't have Dobie in the top and then in the top 4.
I didn't have the. I'm not too familiar with everything. I know they got some good pieces.
Just not too familiar.
Just not too familiar with them. So
okay, well I'm gonna put Dobie as in a. I think they can make it. I think Channelview. I just know my boy Coach Holmes. You know he does a good job with those guys. Like he usually have them rolling once the football guys come back. So I'm gonna roll with my guys who I know can coach some basketball. So I'm gonna put Channelview in there, probably like in a 4 spot outside of in front of Dobie. Go with Sam Houston as well in that one. And I think Pasadena still has a guy who I like, even though I think that coach left. Yes.
Kevin Juarez.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That is one of the hardest playing kids ever. Like that is one of the hardest playing kids I've seen in a really, really long time. I like the way he play. I'm sure they still bring back a few guys from that team that won those few playoff games last year. So, I'm gonna throw Pasadena in at 3rd as well. Now this is my high roller. I'm throwing them out there, man. This is a gamble. This is a gamble. So if you guys are watching from Pasadena, Channelview, and Dobie, don't let me down, okay? Thank you. I got Miller as district MVP as well.
Okay.
I got Miller district MVP.
All right. I'm rolling with Pasadena Memorial to be number 1. South Houston, number 2. I got Pasadena, number 3. And then my 4th spot was going to be between Dobie and Channelview.
Smart man.
So we pretty much the same thought process. For MVP for me, is either going to be Robert Miller from Pasadena Memorial or Cameron Martinez from Pasadena Memorial. Like one of those two will.
That's the kid that get buckets. He had 40
yeah.
at the preseason jam.
Yeah. He can score the ball. So
40.
One of them two.
Yeah.
And then like you said, D King Kevin Walrez at Pasadena, tough kid, man. Um,
So,
just him being on that team, he's gonna be a handful in district play, so he's gonna bring about some wins for him. So that's why I got them picked third, slotted third for me.
You got South Houston in there today?
Yeah, I got South Houston as my number 2 because Coach Watson.
Coach Washington.
They don't have a lot of size, but they'll be very scrappy though.
Yes.
Really scrappy group, man. Are we done on District 22? Moving on to District 23. So District 23, UIL 6A Region 3. You have teams such as, the A-Leaf teams. You got Elsick, Hastings, and A-Leaf Taylor. Then you got your Alvin ISD with Alvin and Shadow Creek. You got Straight Jesuit, and then you got Pearland, and then you got Pearland Dawson. So for me, I'll start off. I got Shadow Creek number 1, Dawson number 2, Straight Jesuit number 3, and Pearland number 4. For me, I'm gonna go with either Sean Jones or Cam Embry to be MVP of the district, but Tyree Davis could also end up MVP or offensive player of the year. So he gonna be in the mix as well from Dawson. he will. Who next? Who next?
I'm gonna shake some stuff up just to motivate some people. I'm gonna go Dawson number 1, Shadow Creek number 2. Who else was in there? I forgot.
All the A-Leafs.
Drake, Pearland, all the A-Leaf schools, and
Alvin, and Straight Jesuit.
Oh, Straight Jesuit at 3, and then A-Leaf Taylor at 4. That's my automata, man. It's my automata, man. I'm rooting for them. Nah, man. I got Pearland number 4.
No, don't let D King make you change your mind, man.
No. I did that because I'm from A, but we ain't been top 4 in that district in a while. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been top 4 in that district. Been a minute. 2 years? Yeah, it's been, yeah. Because I know Hastings was good for a little bit, but they got a new coach. Coach Castleton, Coach Dunford retired. Coach Castleton is now the head coach.
Coach Dunford retired?
Yeah, Coach Castleton took over this year. He the head coach.
Oh, I ain't know that. Shout out Coach Dunford.
Yeah. He was the last one standing, like from all the original A-League coaches from back in like '98.
Yeah,
like coaching like Rashad and all them and stuff like that. Like he just retired, so he been in there for a minute, like '98.
But had an illustrious career. They gonna name the gym after him over there.
Yeah, he didn't coach a lot of people.
All right, Rob, who you got, man?
Oh, I got same 4 as you. Shadow Creek 1, Dawson 2, Straight 3, Pearland 4. That them Dawson Shadow Creek games gonna be a dog fight. We talked about it, I think, like 2 episodes ago with the Peace Jam effect. Tyree Davis definitely got the Peace Jam effect. He playing way better, like he was at the end of the season when you seen him at the playoff G-Day. Like he was looking good at the Super 16. So he in the mix for player of the year, for district MVP. But I know we say Cole all the time, but honestly, I think Sean Jones and Cam Embry gonna split it. And then I think it'll be a fight between Davis and Jace Posey for offensive player of the year. That's just my opinion. In my top.
I think Cam gonna get it square. I think Cam gonna get it square, like just by himself. I think when it comes down to it, I think he gonna show up in a lot of games that they gonna need him to win. Just from his shooting ability and hitting big shots. So I think Cam gonna win it by himself.
All right, Coach D King, man, who you got, man?
I actually thought about this yesterday. Just so you guys know. I have Dawson winning the district.
Okay.
I think I think it could possibly be two co-MVPs. I think one of the MVPs would definitely be Tyree. But I think Cam Ambry definitely has a chance of being MVP in that district. I just like Dawson's team. They have a kid, I believe his name is it Hank?
Hayden,
No,
Hayden.
Hayden.
Windsor.
Hayden Windsor.
Hayden is a basketball player. He looked like he can do your taxes, but he can play basketball. That dude is good, man. That kid can play. Yeah, that kid can really play, man. He's good. So I like Dawson. I like Dawson as a whole. Now Shadow Creek still have some guys. They still have possible 4 Division I players on their team. You know, at some level with the Chase Kane kid. You know, Sean Jones and Cam Ambry already are Division I basketball players, and I think Cam Woodbury has a chance to be one as well. But honestly, I could be making a foolish decision and saying, making a foolish mistake. Because Shadow Creek was really good in those fall events. Defensively, those guys were getting after it, man. But I'm going out on a limb. I'm gonna say I like Dawson to probably win the district. It's definitely possible. So we'll say 1A, 1B with Dawson and Shadow Creek. And I'm got Strake at 4. And I'm gonna shake some stuff up one time. I got Pearland 3rd in that district. So I'm like, are you writing this down, Jeter? Look like you're writing this down.
No, I got my phone, man. I ain't writing it down.
I was like, there you gonna put it on paper. God, really, man.
No.
Put it on paper. But no, I definitely I like those. I like those 4 teams, and I think it's 2. Dawson and Shadow Creek can definitely make a run, man. I think Dawson and Shadow Creek could possibly one of those teams could get to regionals. One of them should get to regionals. It's not no could. One of them definitely should be in regionals.
Okay. Who? You already picked your MVPs.
Yeah. I said it's either gonna be Cam Ambry or Tyree Davis for sure.
Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. So that was District 23, Region 3 from UIL 6A. Next, we got District 24. This is the last district. You have teams like Brazzleswood, Dickinson, Clearbrook, Clear Lake, Clear Creek, Clear Falls, and Clear Springs. So, Rob, who you got, man? That's why I started with you, Rob. Who you got, man?
Oh man! At first, before the Super 16, I thought this was a runaway district for Clearbrook again. But after seeing Dickinson, it's gonna be closer than what I thought. But I can't go against. I ain't gonna say my guy because I'm impartial to everybody, but everybody say I'm a Chemo fan, whatever. So I think it's gonna be closer. Now the deciding factor to me is if Williams and Green play this year or not. That's a big difference between Dickinson making a run possibly to regionals or just being a high-scoring, entertaining basketball team. Well, I'm gonna pick Clearbrook 1. Dickinson 2. I'm gonna go with Clear Lake 3. I like Alex Lee. He had a good summer with JL3 McMullen. They won a lot of games, and he was a very heady point guard, like a catalyst for them winning, even though they had a lot of changing pieces. And then the 4th spot, I was gonna go Clear Springs, but I'm gonna go Clear Falls, man. I like Coach Shelton, man. I don't know what he got over there, but he brings a winning attitude to a program. Like he's a coach that can infuse energy and winning into a program because he went to Northside and turned that whole program around. So I'm gonna give Coach Shelton some love, man. I'm gonna go with Clear Falls, man. 4th. My MVP, I ain't gonna say Coach. I'm gonna say Chemo wins the MVP and Seth Jones gets Offensive Player of the Year. And I think, and also I've said this on past shows, I think Said Jones gonna lead the city in scoring. It's just my opinion. I think he gonna average like 30 plus. They got a good team though, but that's my opinion.
Rob, who said that first? I'm about to act like Ray J. Who said it first?
I had said it before. I had been said that, but I heard you. G, that was there when I said it. I said it at the Super 16.
Don't bring me in this, man.
Doug Jones heard me say it at the Super 16 too, man. So
Don't bring Doug in this, man. Doug ain't here to tell the truth.
It's called reference points, man. Reference points.
Man, don't get a promotion and start using all this fancy.
Oh man, stop
all
it,
this fancy language and all this, man.
Stop
Don't
it,
do that, man.
Can we hear your picks, man? Can we?
You got a promotion. You already got a new spot. You ain't in the corner no more. Like showing out, man. You showing out. I got Clearbrook first in the district. I got Dickinson a very close second. I like Clear Lake third. I just know Clear Lake is always solid. Coach Pender always has those guys playing good basketball all the time. You know, they always win a playoff game or two here and there. Alex Lee is a very good high school basketball player. Super solid. Like, super solid. That fourth spot, I like Clear Springs. I definitely like Clear Springs for that fourth spot. I think that getting Alex Farrell, right? I think getting Alex Farrell back, then that definitely helps them. So I think they would definitely make the playoffs. Just getting him back from Westbury. So I definitely think so. District MVP though, I think it's a toss-up, man. It's gonna be really close. Like, I don't see anybody keeping Seth Jones under 20 points a game, 25 points a game. You know, I just don't see it happening. You know, I don't see anybody doing that. You do?
He's no. I was about to say Farrell's at Clear Creek. DK.
That's what I said. What I said?
You said Clear Springs.
Oh no. Clear. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Clear Creek, the red one.
Yeah.
not the green one, the red one.
I don't want to say you wrong, but I got to see it against Clearbrook. To me, Clearbrook as a guard, that's a test right there. Like, them two dudes gonna be on you from the word go. It's all
he's gonna be at the free throw line.
That's the only thing. It's about refereeing what the refs let go and how they gonna call it. That's the only thing. If it's a physical
call
game,
the game fight. Only way they can get away. Only way that kid ain't gonna score over 20 points is if they playing at San Quentin or something.
Mr. Dude's locked in. He ain't watching the Rockets play. I think everybody else watching the Rockets play. See the
why.
Shout out to Jalen Green, man. Jalen Green was 5 for 5 for 3 in the photo, man. Jalen Green was getting active, man. The Celtics.
Now we gonna only talk about the good game, or we gonna talk about when Anthony Edwards busted his behind the first game?
Bro, all right, we gotta be realistic here. If you're a come on, bro. Like, this is his first NBA game ever. Like, Anthony Davis, you don't pay attention to him. Anthony Davis is Michael Jordan, bro. Reincarnated. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. And just as we speak, the Celtics are up 83-69. My bad, y'all.
I got Clearbrook, number 1. Dickinson, close, second. Clear Lake, and then I'm going to go with I don't know, so I'm gonna go between Clear Creek and Clear Falls. But Chemo, I mess with Chemo. I just think Steph Jones probably gonna win the MVP just because of his role on that team early on. A lot is gonna be on his plate. I think Chemo is gonna have a big year still because I think he's in a big mindset of proving people wrong because he feel like he's gotten snubbed on some, offers and things like that. And I think Steph Jones as well, but I just think Steph Jones' role, when you say MVP, I think he's going to have a lot of responsibilities with that team to be successful and to win. So.
All right.
Hey, wait. Who did you? Oh, I'm sorry, G-Day. Go ahead. We can pick.
No, go ahead.
No. I'll let you finish because I think it might go. It might drag on or something else.
Oh, okay. No, I got pretty much the same lineup everybody else got. I got Clearbrook number 1, Dickinson 2. I got Clear Lake 3 for pretty much same reason. Alex Lee. And I got Clear Creek 4 because of Alex Farrell going back. And so pretty much everything that y'all said. I got Chemo being back-to-back MVP. With Seth Jones being offensive MVP. Mr. Deuce wants to know about defensive player of the year.
Which district?
For this district, District 24. I don't know. It could be Chemo, it could be Smurf, it could be Tosh Lowndes. It could be a number of people that can get that defensive player of the year for that district. But Mr. Duke said he watching BMF, the Rockets, and Sunday Night Football.
That did come out today. Ooh.
And watching his fantasy football. Hey, didn't nobody want me to be a part of fantasy football this year?
Me either, man. I got done dirty.
They tired of me winning all the time, man. My real football team don't win, but in fantasy football, I win the league every year, no matter what league I play in.
I got a DraftKings league for you, man. Every Sunday we in there, G-Day. I'm gonna send you the link.
All right.
Some light $5 games. Hey, but what I was gonna say, AG, was you said who was getting snubbed on offers?
Chemo. I say he feels like he has
he feels like that.
The respect that he feels he should have got, and just in the Super 16, the Sloan, just his whole demeanor, just his mindset. Even when I see a couple workouts between, his workout with Daz, I can just tell like his mindset is different. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's always been a dog, but it's just like he in the Super 16, every game they played, he was trying to guard that matchup. He was trying to go at that matchup. And I think that, he has a big chip on his shoulder right now to prove a lot, just from a standpoint of like, I feel like he feel like he's always getting snubbed out the top 5 guards in his class. If you look at some people, Austin Benini over him, things like that. I feel like he feels that he should be higher than what he is. So.
I got you.
Rob, you all right? I'm good. Don't be surprised they make a run this year, man. I said that last year, but pretty wide open this year. Christian Bradshaw is an X factor on that team. Can make shots, can take the pressure off Chemo and Smurf, Tosh Lowndes. They got pretty solid squad, man. Every person should go to one of them because we never go like the media never go like and just flood one of them. Like we should flood one of those Dickinson and Clearbrook games, man. Like
who gonna drive?
We drove. Me and G, they drove over there last year when they played Bush.
Man, y'all scoop me in the bus, man.
I'm in the bus.
Man. I got time this year, man. I'm out here, man.
He said, "Yeah, chill."
I'm out here.
Got you. Hey, who's your Final Four? Who's going to regionals? What 4 teams out of Region 3 is going to regionals?
But I'm looking at the bracket.
Give me the run. Can you give me the rundown?
Yeah, that's what
in the Region 3. I just need a brief.
It's like
so you got teams such as
Region 3 today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Out of today.
Yeah. Bel Airs,
Elkins,
Atascocita, Summer Creek. You got C.
But
you got Shadow Creek. Dickinson,
but when you say the Final Four, Region 3, Duncanville's in Region what?
Region 2.
So Region 3 is nothing but Houston.
Yeah, Region 3 is all Houston. The only Houstons that play in Region 2 is like your Westfield District,
Yeah,
Pine Forest District, that
Side
South
yeah.
Park District. They playing Region 2. Everybody else playing Region 3.
My
So you
boy,
got your Humbles, you got your
Wow.
Clearbrooks,
Got
Elkins, all of them.
So who y'all think gonna make it to regionals? Who?
Tascacita for sure.
Okay.
That's, that's all. That's all for real. I think this. We got the new person with the messed up internet. So I say a Tascacita for sure. I just think this year, I think out of the last couple of years, I think they're that team in Houston that I feel like has like grown that team up. A lot of those guys have played 2-3 years of varsity. They added key pieces that's like big. I mean, when you add an MVP of another district, that's huge. Then you get a kid that a lot of people don't know about who has a really, really solid game. So I think Tascacita probably gonna win that region for sure. My other three, man, Shadow Creek, Elkin,
Man, put on the Jeopardy buzzer on this dude, man. Give me the Jeopardy music, man. Man, come
I'm
on,
trying to
man.
make
You
sure.
know
I'm trying to make sure because there's some good teams this
man,
year.
listen, man.
And that fourth spot kind of tough. Fourth spot kind of tough for me. Kind of tough for me right now.
Okay.
Man, I got
Who you
you.
got, D King? Who you got, D King?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Who you got?
I have no idea, man.
So I have a
But
question for you.
Yeah.
With the whole Shadow Creek and Dawson situation,
Mm-hmm.
they both are in Region 3, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it depends on what place they get in their district.
District.
Where they go for the playoffs.
Okay.
Second place team in that district could get there. You know?
That's what,
Because
it's a possibility.
That district is the district that usually plays who's that Shadow Creek always lose to?
They play for their first round, they always play that Clearbrook district.
No, second round they usually play dang. Who is that?
So
I think it's the old like not Port Arthur Memorial. Is it Port Arthur Memorial?
That was five.
That's when they was in 5.
That was 5. That was okay. Yeah, that's when they was in 5. They used to always play Port Arthur Memorial in
second round.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look. Okay, so that was a 5. Honestly, I think both of those teams could make a run, man. It just really depends on how those teams are playing when it comes in January. Like at the end of January, how they playing. But I definitely like Atascocita's chances to get there. I definitely do. I like Shadow Creek, I like Dawson's chances to get there. I just think it's just lined up in their favor. I don't see many teams, especially with those are teams that have full like lineups of talent. Like I said, Shadow Creek can put 4 Division I players on the court at the same time. And that freshman, Michael Collins, is so solid. Like he is one of the few freshmen that you see that just embraces a role. Like when he's playing with older guys, like he embraces his role. And he's a kid on the summertime that plays like really good some basketball in the summer, and he scores a lot. He gets to the rack a lot. But when you see him in his fall events with his high school team, like he just plays a role, and he doesn't look like he's Like he's upset about it. You know, he doesn't look like he's doing something that he's uncomfortable doing. So I think he definitely plays a really key part in that with Shadow Creek.
If they can both make it, then they them three in there, then for sure they can make it. them two in there. So I don't know. I mean, I say Elkins. I just feel like Chris Johnson gonna, it depends on how everybody else plays, but he's gonna. I think right now he's one of those players just have that type of um, how can I say that type of era about himself and how he plays and what he does on the floor. That I feel he he can put that team in that situation. So.
Like, boy, I look comfortable, man. Let me sit up, man. I look
Rob, who you got, man?
Man, I've been, think about this before the summer, but without looking at the brackets and seeing who go well or whatever, I'm gonna take Natasha Cedar as a lock for sure. I'm gonna take Shadow. A lock for sure. The bus got to not start for them to make it to regionals, bro.
I'm gonna throw a wrench at you with this next one you say, right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Shadow Creek.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Clearbrook, and that's just my opinion, man. Hey,
I'm telling you why. Because if they both get first in their districts, they have to play each other in the quarterfinals.
Who? Shadow Creek and Clearbrook?
Yes.
Oh, that's tough. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Then
I said I'm gonna throw a wrench because I already know.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I forgot. That's the second round or the third round?
That's third round.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because they'll play. Because Clearbrook will play whoever finished number 2 in the Atascocita district in the second round, like they did last time they played Summer Creek. I don't know then, but I'm gonna say Elkins.
Okay.
Because I like dudes, I like players, and I think Chris Johnson is talented enough to carry them. I also like good coaching. I think Coach Thomas is a phenomenal coach. I also like the good. They got good scoring on the high school level under the basket.
No, they solid, man. Yeah,
they got good scoring
Chris
under
Barnett,
the basket.
yeah.
Yes, they got people that can score the basketball when they catch it down low. And I'm gonna throw. I want to say this too because I want to motivate him because it's back and forth about where he belongs or whatever. I want to say Bel Air too, man. I'm gonna throw. I know last week I said they a second or third round team, but if you got a dude and then you got a team like around him, and Coach Glover been around for so long and has seen a lot of stuff. Like I think that he can scheme them, and I think at the end of the season, those freshmen should be well prepared. Like I want to see Bel Air in there, man. I think Bel Air can make a run, man. It's always a dark horse team every year. Like you had Jared's Point last year, where nobody seen them really coming, and they got some, which they wouldn't say was upsets, but they got some upsets last year where they beat up Bel Air in the second round. We didn't see that coming out by like that margin, and every year it's an upset. So yeah, I'm gonna say that, but at Atascocita definitely, barring any catastrophic injuries or anything like that, man, they pretty much like a lock, and the rest is wide open, man. You could throw 7-8 teams out there, but go ahead.
No, it's tough. No, it's always tough. It's always tough to pick. It's tough to choose. But this is all for fun, man. Like you said, we're just trying to motivate, get people talking. People say we don't know what we talking about. All that, like that's cool. That's what it's for. But I got Atascocita, Bel Air, Elkins, and then it's gonna come down between that Clearbrook Shadow Creek game. I don't know who to choose between the two.
You said Bel Air too?
Yeah, I picked Bel Air.
And we don't be talking about this, ladies and gentlemen. We don't talk about this.
You was in my bag. But yeah, no, Elkins, Bel Air, Atascocita, they should They should, but you never know. It's the playoffs. Anybody can win at any time. But just early season favorites. That's who you're looking at. And then it's gonna be between, like I said, that third round game, Clearbrook, Shadow Creek.
Ooh, that's gonna be nasty if they play each other.
That's gonna be a tough matchup.
Nasty.
Tough matchup. And then even in the regional semifinals, like if it goes the way that the teams I picked, so you got you would have I'm done lost it. You would
Now,
have
if
like,
I were,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If I recall, we had a Westfield mentioning last week.
Yeah.
We had a mention in the Westfield being a regional finalist.
Well, they play
or
they playing
region two.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. We're talking about 3. My bad.
No, you good.
I take you.
Good.
No, you cool. Okay, now I got my train of thought because I'm glad you see that. I'm glad you that. So, and then the regional finals, if let's say the teams that I just chose, the Atascocita, Bel Air, Elkins, and either Clearbrook or Shadow Creek. So then you got Atascocita will play against Bel Air in that first regional game, and the second regional game will be Elkins versus either Clearbrook or Shadow Creek. Like those are all tough matchups.
They are. Any one dark horse?
I think Bel Air is a dark horse.
Bel Air for you, okay?
I think they definitely are a dark horse. I think. Dang, I just pulled a G there. Godly. Oh man, I just pulled one. I can't believe that.
I had to think.
Golly, I was gonna say, we talked about them last week, man. My man just signed to ACU. Siren.
Oh, Dan
Region 2.
Dan Region 2.
Dan Region 2?
Yeah. The side
I thought they played. I thought their regional finals was them South Park, and then when they won that game, they played against another Houston team.
No,
so
they're regional.
Duncanville last year.
Yeah, they'll face Duncanville, Waxahachie.
I'm out of there.
Westfield. That Aldine Westfield, they in Region 2, and that South Park, South Ranch, that district, they in Region 2.
Okay, I'm out of there.
And then
I just gave you my preview for Region 2.
Clyde Forest,
Region 2 preview.
Klein Forest, Klein, they all them in Region 2 also. So they all got to go to Dallas.
Yeah. Playing there, yeah.
And you got some dark horses?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
My dark horse for teams to watch out for in the playoff, Dickinson. You can't overlook them. I think May Creek gonna beat a couple teams in the playoffs.
Five gonna get that playoff win?
Oh, they definitely gonna get one. They definitely gonna get one. They gonna definitely get one.
Well, since we mentioned them, I like Tompkins.
Yeah.
I like Tompkins to get to. So with those 3 teams you mentioned, Willis, I would put Tompkins as my 4th.
Okay.
So I definitely think that just seeing them guys and seeing what they haven't had playing in the fall, like that's a solid team, man.
So when y'all say black horse, are y'all saying teams that shouldn't make it or who?
Dark horse.
Dark horse. Like you would be surprised if they got enough talent, but you but if they made it, you oh damn, they made it. Like that's a dark horse.
That was like the year. What year was that?
Ridgepoint was a dark horse last year.
Yeah, 2018 when A-League Taylor went to regional.
When they went to the regional finals,
yeah.
Like
they was somebody nobody expected. Like they didn't have the best season. think they got the fourth seed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cause they point guard was gone. He had blood clots in his heart, like, and he came back right before the playoffs. Calvin, he played for Herb. Calvin is Beckway. And he came back right before the playoffs started. And they made a run, and then
Oh,
they beat Sam Houston. They beat Kendrick and them in the regional
Mhm.
semifinals.
And then
Yep.
2019, it was George Ranch with
Yep.
Noah Thomason in them.
And
Like
Dalen
nobody
Dean.
expected them to make it that far.
Yep.
Same thing with North Shore as well. Uh, they had
Yeah, them
ISO
at
Coop in
state.
them. Yeah, nobody expect them to go to state that year. And so it's always team. That's Region 3 is so deep with talent. You just don't know. Honestly, you don't, man.
I'll probably put Tompkins as my black horse then.
Yeah, you just honestly you don't know. Like,
Because I think they have a really good team this year. I'm loving the way BB's playing. How he's just showcasing more than just shooting this year. I think like this year he's showing. He's always been athletic, but like this year he's like out to really show like how athletic he really is. But I think he's always been athletic. So, and they get their bigs healthy. A lot of people don't know about kid named Omar that goes there, kind of stretch forward kid, 6'6", 6'7", around there, can really shoot the ball. They got the other big boy brother goes to Kenny Jordan. He's
yeah,
really good.
Joe.
Yeah. So once he gets off an injury, so I mean, then what's called transfer back over there.
They got a brother that go to another school.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and you don't even know what grade he is, so don't worry about
I'm calling them. I'm calling them people, man. They
Look.
it.
I'm on
Yeah.
Fob side. I'm getting them out of there. I'm calling them feds. I'm getting them out of there.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big brother's a senior. He's at Tompkins. The little brother is
Is
at
that
Kenny
kid?
Jordan.
He's a freshman.
He's a
Freshman.
24 kid.
He's 25.
I'm just
25.
He's
He's
25.
25. He's a freshman.
But yeah, man. So
I'm going Dickinson and Dawson for my dark horse picks. I like Windsor, Tyree Davis. I also like the other kid that played football, Charles Anderson. I like him a lot. And then Dickinson, of course, got Seth Jones, got other pieces. Like I said with them, to me, just my opinion, it's gonna come down to whether Williams and Green play basketball this year. So maybe A&M calls and say we don't want them playing, but if they do play, that gives them a whole nother dynamic of rugged rebounding and defense under the basket, so that Seth Jones can just concentrate on getting buckets, So I'll take them too.
no, and then Mr. Deuce had a question. So we pretty much answered his first question. So preseason, all region 3, you get 5 kids to pick. Who's your 5?
It's impossible.
That's like you can't. I can't even answer that question.
5 kids to pick.
5?
5. We can do it. This will make it even more difficult. We could do it NBA style. You get 3 guards, 2 forwards.
Eesh. That's tough.
Sean Jones is a forward. Cam Embry is a guard. Give me Chemo. Give me. No, never mind. I take that back.
I'm about to say, boy, you about to be real disrespectful.
Give me a test to see the starting 5.
I got Caleb Ponce, Sean Jones, Cam,
Man, get out my bag.
Timo,
Get out my bag.
and Steph Jones.
Wow.
You was all in my bag, man. All in my bag, man. Get out my bag.
That's what I got.
But no, same with you, Caleb Pouncey, Sean Jones, Seth, Kimo, Cam Embry.
Dang, man, that's tough.
Who you got, Rob?
I'm gonna go Cam, Embry, Chemo, Chris Johnson, Caleb Pouncey, and
For your other forward.
and it's tough between Sean Jones and Jacob Cole, man. I don't know. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to feel slighted, but I just, if we go to numbers,
this is all for fun, Rob. All for fun, man. This ain't.
I know, but you know how.
You hit the right.
And we talking numbers. I think Jacob Cole numbers would be better than Sean Jones numbers.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
So I'm gonna go Jacob Cole.
Okay.
Hey,
D King.
Hey, I give you that. Hey, he put two twins.
He muted himself. He said no point.
He
out of
out of
Keep me out of that.
What?
The King said no bueno, man.
I can't. I just can't put 5 together. It's tough.
It is tough because what Rob said is true. You got Jacob Cole and Chris Johnson. So you got 7 dudes who really is a toss up to be in the 5. That's just being real.
But you got BB too. You got Knight.
Exactly.
Thought about him that
BB Knight.
Mm-hmm. And then Davis at Dawson.
Yeah, Tyree.
So we know the guys, but again, it's tough because
that is tough. I'm rethinking my picks now a little bit.
That's why I was like, dang, y'all left. I know it's all for fun, but I was like, dang, y'all left Chris and Cole off. Like,
but again, it's not the point of leaving off. It's just again, like when you say, and this is no shade. This is just real.
Yeah.
When you a senior and you trying to prove yourself, like. Again, when I say Steph Jones and Chemo, the reason why I put them there, those guys are on missions. Like, those guys are on missions. You know what I'm saying? To prove that they are not getting their respect in Houston that they feel like they should be getting. So when you think about it, that's just, you know what I'm saying, like how they feel. And I think when you start talking about Cam, just the way he plays, it's just, again, he's another one of those guys, big shot Bill. Like, he's always – ready for that big shot. So it's just who he is how he played, been playing all summer. And to me, Sean Jones is one of the most talented kids in the city. Like he's just so talented. There's certain things I wish he did better, but he's just so talented. Like he's talented, And I think Caleb is just gonna be so solid for Tennessee this year. Just he gonna average a double-double. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be so solid. Because Coach Martinez is going to get him to understand what type of role he has to play with all those shooters, those ball handlers he has and things like that. And, just be honest with you, he's going to get a mismatch every night because whoever the 5 can't guard him off the first step, you know what I'm saying, on the perimeter. That's just being real, you know what I'm saying? He'll get a lot of second chance buckets, but again, I can't shoot Chris Johnson or Jacob Cole out of the lineup, but it's just BB. All those. If you want to be honest, that go your 10 right there. That go your 10-9 right there. So when you start talking about our regional, it's a lot of kids in that. That's gonna play on a mission. So and then I just think again when you start talking about our region, it's also about records. Guys, how good their teams are. How deep they go. Because if we're saying Atascocita, Shadow Creek, and like Dawson, and then Elkins and somebody gonna be in there, then the best player on each one of them teams gonna make our regional first. You know what I'm saying? The best player each team. You know what I'm saying? So
No, tough. That's a tough draw right there. Tough choice.
Yes.
Like I said, it's all for fun. We just was trying to answer the question best our abilities. Hey, that's tough right there.
Man, I was just thinking about something while y'all
Go
were
ahead.
talking. And I'm not, the field ain't, the tournament haven't played out yet. But do you know it's a possibility in the first or second, like the first tournament of the season, we can get a Richardson versus a Tascasita championship game? Like, that's a possibility. Like, that's a state championship game in the second week in November. That's crazy. I was just thinking about that as we was talking. Like,
it's gonna be a lot of tough games.
Be stacked, man.
In November, man. It's gonna be a lot of good games. A lot of good events going on.
Yeah, for sure. Out of town teams.
Oh, I got a question for y'all. let me get the list first. We got a little bit of time. Let me get the list first. I'm gonna shake y'all up real quick since we done with the picks. Let's see real quick.
Hey man, I said one of them was a D1 player. People told me I was stupid, but Cam Crockett. But
who said you was stupid?
A lot of people said I was stupid.
The kid is a 6'7", 6'6" wing. What are you talking?
You'd be remiss to know that a lot of people ain't think he was gonna get a Division I scholarship.
Now, has he played to his highest potential? No, but he's a 6'6", 6'7" wing. Like, what are people? I mean, man, people gotta know what the game is about today. Like, now what happens once he gets D1? I don't know. Once he goes there, I don't know. But when you start talking about a kid 6'6", 6'7", like I tell people, like those are your X Factor unicorn players now. Guys over 6'5" who can put the ball on the floor, successfully and be efficient with it and not be out of position. Those guys are gonna get Division I offers. I mean, people be a fool not to. I mean, because those kids cause matchups, and if he gets there and put some weight on. And they teach him to rebound at his size, at his position. I mean, he has the talent to score, but it's going to be about rebounding and defense for his size. That's what happens to a lot of kids 6'6", 6'7" who play on the wing when they get to college. They don't realize they still got to rebound and play defense because there's guys their size. Where when they're not in high school, guys are bigger, smaller. So let's go. Season opener. Rundown winners.
Hold on. You jumping the gun, man. You jumping the gun, man. Real quick. We all talked about our week, man, but what type of week did you have, Ant, man?
Oh, man. Stop, man. Stop trying to put me on the spot, man. Look. Hey, get me off the screen.
What kind of week? You got to tell the people about your week, Ant, man.
Man, look, man. I had a great week, man. I married the love of my life yesterday. So, great week. Finally got the wedding done over, the big time, the big stage, the big day has already happened. So, I had a great week, but yeah, man, G, get me off the screen, bro. This guy here gonna put me on the spot. Everybody see it on social media. They see it, Facebook, everything. My boy on me. Hey, yeah, I married the boss. You're right. You're right. I did marry the boss. You're right. My wife is a boss. That is a true fact.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
No, it's not.
Shout out to Aunt and Monica, man.
Salute.
Congrats to y'all on doing that.
Hey, that boy Mr. Dudes is retarded.
That's a tough thing to do.
That's why he been so sleepy.
Yeah, hey man, they super honeymooning it at the crib right now, man.
Oh man, my man was just in Bora Bora on the live. Get out of here, man.
Here y'all go, man. Here y'all go.
Man was in Bora Bora. Y'all don't know before the show started, he got on. He was like, "Yo, he came on. He had no shirt on." We was like, "Whoa!" I'm fresh off the coconut oil, y'all. I'm fresh off the massage table on the beach. Like, what? Man, what? Wilding, man. I'm telling you.
That boy, that's stupid, dog.
Boy, I got that old money, man.
He said I got that old.
9-8 money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, crazy.
But no, man. Anybody else got any comments about high school basketball? Now's the time to hit us up. Ant was trying to jump the gun. We're gonna
Ant trying to jump the gun 7 days, bro. You about to mess up.
We're gonna saving that, Ant. All right, we're gonna save that. Because not only you got season opener, you got the Houston tip-off as well.
No, facts.
A lot of tough matchups.
It is.
So
good event.
We're gonna save that for a later day.
I'm gonna say this, and then, you know, don't put me on the screen because I don't do that. But I'm gonna say this: anything I ever say on here is never personal. He did it. It's fine. He did it. It's never personal. It's never personal. Okay. Now I am gonna say, you know, I am a person who will take the knowledge that I get. You know, I get phone calls, texts from different parents and things like that. And one thing I've always been a believer on that I think sometimes I understand the code as a coach, but I understand that we're in a new era of time. And I feel like a lot of times now there's a disconnect with parents and coaches, AAU coaches, you know, evaluators, everything. So, you know, a while back on I called a lot of coaches and Katie paycheck coaches. And that was never a shot at them personally, never. You know, and I think some people took it personally, which it never was. But what it was me doing was trying to create a ripple effect or get people to realize that there are some parents out here nowadays where the code is this. And I've had many coaches tell me this. When they coach high school basketball, their job description is not to get kids scholarships. Their job is to coach, be a teacher, you know, all of those things and stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. Let's make sure you understand that. But a lot of parents sometimes don't understand or are expecting more from coaches and things like that. And sometimes they reach out to me, reach out to other guys that's on this screen and ask questions. And sometimes I don't have answers because I don't have certain relationships with certain coaches. And that's not because I don't want a relationship with certain coaches. But I will say this. The days are changing, meaning we have to start realizing, this is one thing I'm going to say. I believe there's at least one Division III player on every high school team in the city of Houston, at least one. And I feel like that one should have at some point the opportunity to showcase itself in front of evaluators on a certain stage, in certain tournaments, things like that. That's going to help them so that we can help all the kids in the city of Houston go to college. Do I think that always happens? No. And I believe it's somewhat about our fault, some of other coach's fault, because I feel like, and I said this a year ago, and Rob is attest to this. When I was coaching at Concordia my first 3 years, and we were wailing tomball, and we got into the tournaments that year, we played Super 60, everything, we won. A lot of people was like, these white boys can't hoop. It's a bunch of white boys and 2 or 3 black kids. They can't hoop. And I was the main one on Twitter every week, just going, even the next year when my son went there, because I felt that a lot of the suburban teams don't get enough respect of talent that they have. And I think it's because there is a disconnect of evaluators and the city of Houston with a lot of the suburb teams. I feel like Lake Creek coaches does a great job. Coach Spencer does a great job with connecting with us, you know, as other coaches and things like that. So anything I say on here is not personal as shot to one person. It's shot to the basketball culture in Houston that as we get on here every week, we're trying to educate, we're trying to, evaluate. And sometimes, we get caught up into conversations. And I said some things that may have hurt some people's feelings. And again, I apologize for it. But don't take a personal shot or take a personal, take it as a personal opinion, because it's not, and the biggest thing is everybody, when we're on here, we're trying to help every kid in the city, get the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. So for me, like I always say, I don't care if I'm coaching at another school, if I'm doing AAU, doing evaluating. My main goal is to help kids as much as possible as I can. That's the goal. It's never about me personally or anything, So I just wanted to clean that up because, I've got a little word of wind that what I said was still affecting people. And it's like, hey, we're grown men. I said something. I stepped up, apologized, let's move on. Let's continue to help the city and help kids because it's never personal. It's never about us. So, but I'm done.
Oh, hey, I'm glad I'm here. You must knew I had something to say.
I did. I know you had something to say. I don't like
that. All right, hey, you made one comment that I feel like you did was just like, no.
Oh, I knew you had a comment. I knew what you was gonna say.
Listen. Well, this is what we have to stop doing.
You muted yourself. You muted.
Oh, there you go.
You muted.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, how did G-Day say he knew? I don't know. Whatever. Let's move. All right. This is what this is the issue. That everybody feels like they are a college basketball player, right? Everybody plays in events. Everybody plays in front of coaches. Everyone has a Twitter. Everybody has a highlight video. If you don't have something, at some point you have to think to yourself, people just don't like what they see. If I go out every night before I was, before I was a married guy, if I go out every night and I'm shooting my shot, I'm getting jumpers up. You know what I'm talking about. If I don't get chosen, none of them go in. At some point, it's a me thing. Well, what I think we should definitely stop doing is pushing this narrative that, like everybody is. Sometimes we're sending kids into bad situations. A kid from Houston, Texas, who went to a private school or went to school in Katy, or just a kid in Houston, Texas in general, should not be going to a Division III school in freaking Idaho to play basketball and be in debt. Not? You're being in debt. Like, you're going into a situation, you're going into a school. Because guess what? When you leave that school, and 9 times out of 10, them kids don't even stay there. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a different what you're saying, I agree with. What you're saying, I get what you're saying. But I think the biggest thing is this. Our job is to present an opportunity. At that point, whatever happens, now if that parent has the money to pay for their kid to go to Iowa, if they parents, got the money to put up or get out a loan, so be it. But the reason why I believe that is because 3 things happen to me that I would say, and a lot of people don't even know. I didn't get a scholarship coming out of high school at A. Taylor, but I went to McMurray University. I did not make the team my freshman year. I went to Temple the second semester, did the walk-on class at Temple Junior College. Did not happen. Came back, played at Lone Star Tomball, at Lone Star Kingwood. I played in the Lone Star system about a year or two. 09 hit. I got an offer from Blinn. My mom was sick, lung transplant, didn't take it. Coach Trey Arnold was the coach then. Then the next year, I was at Texas State. Coach Velasco was a head assistant coach at Texas State. Offered me a spot on a Division I team. I had 36 credits. I needed 48. The next year, St. Thomas got a situation, got this team. Coach Todd Smith was the head coach. I needed a 2.5. I had a 2.3. But I never, ever, even though I was at 27, I went and tried at Morehouse, and I made the team, but I didn't want to hoop no more. So I had an opportunity to play at every level, and I never thought I was good enough to even play college basketball, but I stayed in the mud. I got better. Later on, as I got older, I was a better player, and my opportunities came up. So I just feel like every kid should have an opportunity to play college basketball and experience if they can.
But here's what you didn't have. You didn't have the resources these kids have now. You didn't go to training 4 days a week. You didn't have Twitter where everyone can see your video. If everybody would have seen your video back then and seen you, somebody should have been able to tell you, bro, you chasing a ghost. You know, like, you're like, you could have. We have to be real with our kids. We have to be more real. And being real doesn't mean you're being disrespectful. You know, like, I'm as real with kids and people in general as I can be. I'm not trying to be disrespectful because honestly, people wasn't real with me. You know, like, people weren't real with me. And if I would have heard more truths and been told more truths and just been told the real, you know, like I think like things could be different, you know, and I think things could be different for a lot of kids. We're sending a lot of kids in the situations that don't like really don't help them. Like I seen a kid who was a good high school player, right? I knew. I told people like, yo, he's not a college basketball player, bro. Like he's a good high school player. He went to a good school. They went on a run. They went on a state championship run. He went to a Division III school in like Kansas. Y'all ever been to Kansas? Like outside of Kansas City?
But D King,
it looked like the Wizard of Oz. I seen my man seen the kid at the gas station like 3 weeks ago, and he was like, "Yo, what's going on, bro? What you got?" Oh man, I'm at TSU. Like, yo, nobody wants to go to the middle of Kansas, the middle of Iowa, Idaho, Missouri. Nobody want to do that to play 3 minutes, 2 minutes all season. You sitting there, you collecting debt. All the girls dusty. Like, nobody trying to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, send these kids to Southern. Send these kids to Clark. If they want to get in debt, let them get in debt going to a school where they're going to have a good experience. They're going to get good connections. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that stuff is tough, bro. Yo, them dudes be riding on buses for 6-7 hours in vans.
Okay,
for the love of the game.
So D King,
you're gonna get better runs in front of Toyota Center. So D King,
so let me ask you a question. On that side of the coin, okay.
The corn, I see what you said there. I see what you did there.
On that side of the coin, hey, okay, I'm with you. But on that other side of the coin, the reason why I say that is this. If I'm able to go to a school, a university, okay, and I get the debt part, but we live in a world today where you got financial aid, you got tax penalty, all type of stuff. And again, like I said, to me, this is the thing that I will say a lot of kids, and this is what they don't get taught, is how to, go in a situation where they may not be comfortable. You right, D King. You come from the city of Houston. You've been used to, 6A, 5A. You go to a school like I did. When I went to McMurray, I was in Abilene, Texas. They have the most churches in the state of Texas. Abilene is the same size as A-Leaf. The 3 universities, Abilene Christian, McMurray, and Hardin-Simmons, just like A-Leaf Taylor, A-Leaf Elsig, and A-Leaf Hessens. They are separated between a railroad track. But I will say, as I look back and wanted to play college basketball, if I would have stayed in McMurray, went to that D3, who knows what could have happened by the time my senior year, my junior year, or what could have happened if I would have stayed, the opportunities I could have got. But at the end of the day, I think it's just, what I mean by saying, I think what you're saying, D King, and what I'm saying is kind of goes together. You're basically saying sometimes kids going and doing that, wasting their time. They can just stay home, go to school, experience college. I'm saying that as a coach, I think we just have to get better with I will give you an example, and I'm going to go away from Katie. So it won't seem like I'm picking on Katie. When I'm going to use the Woodlands. And we talked about Shay. Okay. All right. And Shea is a big time player. Okay. He's good. He's really good. Okay. So have we seen the Woodlands ever play in any type of preseason tournament that we like Super 16? Or I know you gotta get invited or Sloan event or even the preseason jam, where again, when I say that is that there's kids out here in certain schools that College Park, Lake Creek, again, they do a great job. But like Hudson Boyd went to College Park his freshman and sophomore year.
Ant froze, boy. Looked like you was asleep on the screen. Oh, you good. You good.
Okay. Hudson Boyd is a kid I coached. He went from College Park to Lake Creek. And him making that move because Coach Spencer at the time was a little bit up to date with getting them in certain tournaments, stuff like that. It helped him get more looks than he probably would have got if he stayed at College Park. So I'm just saying, as a whole, we just
but this is the thing. There are 400 AAU basketball teams in Houston. There are 100 media guys in Houston. There are 100. You have been seen.
I don't think so.
No, you can't say that.
No.
You can't say that. Hey, listen. You have a program, right?
Hold on, D King. When last time you went to a primetime tournament?
The last time I coached a really bad summer team. That was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Listen, when you go to a prime time, listen to me. When you go to a prime time,
when the last time you been to a primetime tournament?
It's been a
Dang, Rob.
Hold on. No, G-Day did that. G-Day, when last time you been to a primetime tournament? G-Day, when last time? Okay, so there are certain teams who only like kids have been on because it's a team where they've been playing with their friends. Like they only, and I'm not, and they only go to primetime.
Willis, guess what? There's a reason they're only going to prime time. There's a reason they're on those teams. There's a reason. I've been fortunate enough to do some circuit stuff, right? We know the guys we want, and we know the guys who can help us play and win on those circuits. You know the guys that can help you win some games on NY to LA. You know it. Now you know it. Dudes that's in prime time, them dudes ain't helping you.
Okay, so
them dudes not helping. Them dudes not helping a coach.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a kid right now, and I have to use this kid. It's not personal, and it's because I know this kid off the top of my head. And we talked about him last week when I picked, a week ago or whatever, when I picked Katie to win the district. Purdue. Purdue plays for a big basketball AAU program. And they play, hold on. And they play in primetime tournaments. That kid is good enough to play a Division III school. And
what grade is he in?
Huh?
What grade is he in?
He's a junior, 2023.
He's a junior. So this is how it goes. Listen to me.
Division III basketball.
If
he's good enough, and if
one of the five, but look, if one of the 5 circuit teams in the city of Houston were to contact Purdue, there's no way he's staying with big basketball. If one of the 5 circuit teams in the city felt like he was good enough or better than the guys, this is what I'm saying. But listen, there are silver teams, there are NY to LA teams. There are guys who are playing in events and playing in front of coaches. How about this? We have like 5 live period events in the city of Houston. Big basketball ain't got a team of guys that can do anything in any of them events. If they did, they would be playing in it.
Okay, so
they're not trying to save no money. They got money in Katy.
So the big, they go to Seven Lakes. G-Day, what's his name? The big, they go to Seven Lakes.
Josh Okapovo.
It's good. He's good. He's really good.
Guess what? He's going to be a doctor. He's not worried about this shit.
You tripping, dog.
How am I tripping? I'm saying, listen,
right,
this is what I'm saying, bro. Trust me. I'm not just saying. I understand what you're doing. We have to give guys hope and we have to inspire. But this is also what we should do. This was a point I wanted to make. We need to let dudes know that outside of playing this game of basketball, that for a lot of people is a lot. A lot of these dudes ain't trying to go to Abilene, Texas. It's 112 in the summer, walk in between classes, wake up and go to practice, and then go there and do all that. Everybody ain't trying. Yo, there are opportunities for kids outside of actually playing the game of basketball. Some of these dudes should be managers. Managers get offers, bro.
D-King,
Listen to me. Managers get offers.
They not.
But what this is also what they're not. They're not hoopers.
But
they're not hoopers.
But D-King, the reason why they're not hoopers is because we set a step again. D-King, Texas Lutheran could use both of those kids in 2 years and they would be great players on that team.
Texas Lutheran has all conference guys, all district, all state guys on their roster.
I'm not saying
listen, Texas. I coached a kid at St. Thomas Episcopal that was all state that went to Texas Lutheran. A Division II, Division I school wasn't even looking at my man.
Okay,
but so if again, like I said, if you're good enough, a lot of them Division III schools they have because a lot of it is academic related. They have a list of schools.
So you just proved my point, D-King.
But if you're good enough,
no, but you just proved my point. And this is why
you're talking about dudes that ain't gonna make a first, second, or third team all district team. You're talking about honorable mention dudes.
But let me
honorable mentions win rec championship, bro.
D-King. So let me ask you a question. What you just said was a great point, and I'm gonna prove my point on this, and we're gonna be good with it. That kid went to St. Thomas Episcopal, where you, Coach Jones, Coach Zach, and Coach Twan, head coach, was there. Okay, y'all played in all type of different preseason showcases. I just sent the kid there right now. G-Day, you know what I'm talking about, right? He went to George Ranch. And he's there right now. And I see him playing the Super 16 and everything. And he was getting buckets. If he would stay at George Ranch, he would not be known. But
he's going to be at the same. He's going to go to college and join the same fraternity that he was going to join when he was at George Ranch and at St. Thomas Episcopal.
Okay, all right.
I'm telling you, it's about being good. It's about being good. Everybody sees you now.
But he is good.
He's a good high school player. You're right.
D-King, you a funny guy.
What?
D-King, it's
all right. We got to be more real with dudes.
But I am being real with you.
No,
I'm not D-King.
Right, see, and now it's gonna seem like I'm like I got like I'm like you said, like now it's gonna seem offensive. But we have to be real with. Listen, you can be a really good high school player. There's nothing wrong with that. That don't mean you a college basketball player, bro. That doesn't mean you are.
Correct.
So we got that kid need to go to Tuskegee, have a good time, get a good internship, make a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We got a dude chasing. We gonna have that. So we gonna have that man at 6'2" going to college to play the 4 and the 5. What college?
He don't play the 4 and the 5. You can ask G-Day. He don't play the 4 and the 5. He don't play the 4 and the 5.
Shout out to Marcus Sloan.
So he don't play the 4 and 5.
I got you, big dog. Listen, I just this is just me, man. Like, you just gotta be honest. We have to be more honest with these kids. You know what I'm saying? And just you can still like it's guys that I've coached, that I've liked, that I've told like I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I just don't think that's what's best for you. Okay. Like it's tough, man. Listen, I got a friend that went to Cypress Christian with Ashim to beat, right? Cypress Christian, won state championships, all that. He was a really good high school basketball player.
I know who you're talking about too.
He went to TCU.
Okay.
But that light came on. Yo, them folks said, yo, man, listen, man. He walked on. Yo, listen, man, I can't do nothing for yo, a kid from the school. He went to a Division III in California, all the way in California.
But they can't. You keep making it seem like it's something. But what's wrong? But they can't. That mean that kid wasn't ready for his opportunity. That's what that was.
No, that mean that dudes was going over and be like dudes. I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer of the situation, because I love the game of basketball. I really do. I really love the game of basketball. What I wish I would have done was figure out a way, instead of going to chase to play basketball, figure out a way how I could have became a student manager or something different. That way I can be in a better position in basketball now. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to make sure we doing that. Yeah, we got dudes are not playing college basketball like that, bro.
But okay,
this stuff is hard.
Let me ask you a question.
It's hard.
Let me ask you a question. And then so if you get a chance to go play Division III, Division II, whatever, and you don't play. And this, okay, and I'm gonna tell you something, this is real stuff. So, and you don't play, but you get to go to school, experience the travel, make the different things, experience the kids, college basketball, whatever. Why is that bad? Why can't you can still be a manager after that? You can still graduate and then be a grad assistant and become a coach.
Because what we're failing to tell kids is that the D3 NAIA basketball experience outside of being on the court is not what it's cracked up to be. It is not Division I. You're not flying on planes and staying in luxury hotels and eating fancy meals. Bro, you eating waffles. You eating a Texas shaped waffle at the Motel 8.
But that's okay.
You riding on a
but that's okay. That's okay. D-King. That's okay. That's you.
Yo, listen, me and Damian King Jr. Yo, if you ain't got it, bro, listen, you ain't got it. What's the problem?
Because D-King.
Send them kids to a HBCU. Send them kids to that. Send them kids to Houston Tillers.
What if they white?
Let's go Rams, baby.
What if they white? What if they Hispanic? What if they Indian?
Then they should go to Texas A&M.
No, see that's the problem.
You ain't let them. Yo, college isn't. What's the problem?
Good, good.
Yo, we sending dudes to
what you're basically saying is this.
You're paying for. You're gonna get the same. You're gonna get the same grants.
No,
that
you're
you
not.
get now when you get.
You
eligible for the same stuff. It doesn't change.
But the thing this is the thing that keep happening, bro, is you're basically telling kids if they don't go D1 or D2, just go to school.
No,
you just said it, bro. My dude just said.
Talking about dudes
NAIA. You don't get the luxury planes. You don't.
Listen,
like, bro.
You said no. Your words were if you don't play. That's what you said.
Okay,
that's what I was answering.
Hey, Fendi Anabon graduated 05, went to Arizona, sat on the bench for 4 years, then came to U of H and played tight end for U of H for 1 year, got drafted in the NFL, played a couple years, now got money. What do you mean? You ever
been to Arizona?
It doesn't matter.
I'll be a janitor. I'll be a janitor at the University of Arizona.
See,
have you been there? Do you know how much fun they have there,
bro? But D-King. But that's not what it's always about, bro.
It's college. What did you do in college?
Hey,
you worked in a coal mine, nigga. College is fun as hell.
And I regret everything I did because I should have stayed at McMurray and played basketball and got the experience of college basketball. That's what I should have did. Because truthfully, if I was staying at McMurray, I wouldn't be on this screen. I'd be overseas making some bread. I wouldn't be on this screen because by the time I got good enough, I had no resume. I had Lone Star resume. I was good enough, but I never. The thing was, it was either D1 or bust for me.
Now let me ask you this: Do you think you was gonna make more money overseas in Istanbul than a dude that go to Texas A&M and is an engineer?
But for me, D King.
But he had a great time. He did the wave thing at the stadium and all that. He had a great time. It's some baddies.
For me,
he went to all the games.
D King, there's some dudes right now that went to D3 making bread in Spain, in China, in Europe, making bread, getting paid. There's some D3 guys in the NBA, like in the G League, they're making money.
It's like 3 in the league right now.
Bro, but D King, it doesn't matter, bro. Like the thing is, you can still.
But this is what you're talking about. You are talking about an anomaly.
No,
you're talking about. You are. No, you're talking about.
What I'm saying is this:
G League, and then dudes in the G League make $50,000.
But D King,
they spend that every month.
But D King, it's no, bro. D King, what you're skipping on is the experience, the things of life. Like, bro, for me, just being real, if I can go get that experience back to play college basketball at a D3 or NIA, I will run to it. Because even when I'm done with that, and this is what I tell my kids, the kids who got the money to go to A&M and stuff like that, go there for 1 year. If you don't like the experience, okay, take your butt back to A&M. Your mom, they paying for the money anyways, so let's go back. But if you like it, you end up maybe working hard, getting a position to play. Then what you wanted to do was to play college basketball, regardless if it's D3, NIA, whatever. You got that opportunity. Once you're done, where some NAIAs give you scholarships, you got your bachelor's done. Okay, now let your mom then go pay for your master's. Okay, like what I'm saying is, bro, it's the experience, bro. You can't beat team experience, being around certain people that you can't beat that, bro. Like you just can't beat that. To me, that's just me. But I'm not saying what you're saying. There are some guys who really do need to just say, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go to school. If I like basketball, I'm gonna be a coach. I get you on that." But what I'm saying is, there's more.
Don't listen to D King, Melvin dude. I am not spending $50K.
I'm the brokest one.
And I also say, bro, it's also this. You don't know when you go play at the D3 or the NAIA, you don't know who your teammate might be in 5 years, 10 years. You don't know. You don't know what type of job they can help you get laid down the road or whatever. You don't know. So for me, and I'm not saying you can't do that, but you can do the same thing in a fraternity.
Yeah, without being in the middle of somewhere with a Walmart
I got you,
market.
You
know what I'm saying? No, I'm listen. I went to a school chasing a basketball dream, and I had a great time at that school. Right, I was 2 hours from the house. I had a great time. Came back home, had a great time. Met people from all you know what I'm saying. I had a great time. But what I'm saying is, we have to let kids know. Listen, it's okay for you not to play college basketball.
Facts.
Like, listen. If I was to go to a school in the middle of nowhere to play Division III basketball and ride the bench, I'm not playing. Like, nobody's doing I know the percent. I think we should try to find somebody who has that. Let's see how many kids from Houston that signed Division III or NAIA, right? Let's see how many of them. Let's probably go back. Let's do 2 years ago. What's this? 20. We're gonna go. No, hold on.
Your son goes to NIA, G-Day. Your son goes to NIA, G-Day.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
Did he play last year?
Thank you.
Yeah.
But okay, but does he like it?
Yeah, because Wichita State's right there.
Okay, but
he's playing.
But you the one said if they not playing.
You said if you not playing, you telling me a kid that ain't playing should still stick it out and do this and meet his teammates in 5 years. I'm saying
But D King, hold on. What this
Your
one thing I
last
ain't gonna
statement
lie.
was if you're not playing, and that's
No,
when
no,
I
no,
made
no,
that's
no,
when
no,
I
no,
made
no,
my
no.
serious comment.
What was my original statement when I first started talking? What did I say? Every kid can go D3. That's what you didn't like what I said.
Every kid shouldn't.
Okay, but
You're not gonna play.
But D King, D King, that my point is this. You're basically saying one thing that I'm not disagreeing with. But all I'm saying is the kids who have the opportunity, the kids that have the opportunity should be presented with the chance to get the opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Now, if that kid decides not to, cool. And you're correct. There are some we should speak both sides of the coin. But my whole point was this, because we getting off subject. My whole point was this. We have to get better with helping the schools in the suburbs, outside of the city, the schools, the coaches who may not have the relationship with all of the evaluators and stuff like that. Because though there's some parents who have kids who play on good AAU programs, but they never really get this chance to really showcase on multiple stages or play in front of us multiple times or get certain matchups. That was my point of saying about the whole D3 thing, was saying that we got to do better with some of these teams or in the suburbs who have certain key guys on them and they never get a chance to come play. And they got scholarships, but they never get a chance to come in and play on certain platforms. Because again, Concordia
should go to St. Thomas Episcopal. Go over there with Twine. Help my boy Twine win some games. Give my man another state championship. This is another thing.
I like what you said.
But this is the thing. Okay. Why is there no pressure on guys to put their kids in events? Why isn't there pressure on guys to play in certain events? Why isn't there pressure on coaches to do these things? But this is the thing. Wait a minute. These parents feel so strongly about this. These parents feel this way. Why don't they address that? Because they would definitely address that coach if it came to their kid not playing. But why wouldn't they address their coach and ask about their scheduling and why they not playing? Also, let's also do this. Let's stop moving to these suburbs.
But D-King,
let's stop moving to these suburbs. Let's get back to third ward so they can stop gentrifying.
D-King,
why you moved out there? Why you moved all the way out there? Why you ain't going third ward and get that same house over so your kids can go to Yates?
D-King.
That's what we need to stop doing. Move G-Day. G-Day live in River Oaks, my bad.
D-King, I'm not talking about D-King. You talking about just black kids. I'm not talking about just black kids. That's the point. That's my whole point. I'm not talking about just black kids. I'm talking about everybody in general. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, D-King, if I tell a kid to go to another school, I'm wrong, even if it's not my school. So what I'm trying to do is say this. If we're trying to not be guys who tell kids to go here to do this, to lead this program, to do this and to do that, then okay, let's try to create an avenue where everyone kind of gets the opportunity to do this and that. My point was, again, D-King, is that you're correct. Why don't they go talk to the coach? Well, sometimes you don't go talk to the coach. We know that. Why? Some coaches will take that offensive. So, let's think about it. The best player in probably the state of Texas just got ruled ineligible to play for Duncanville because a coach and his dad was basically in their feelings. So, there's certain stuff parents and certain stuff people just can't say or do. They just can't. So at the end of the day, what I'm basically saying was, hey, let's try to help the situation and try to create a better relationship between coaches, evaluators, AAU, where the goal is, my whole point of what my statement was is that everything should be about the kids. Point blank clear. That's it. That was my whole statement. That my comment was to ruffle a little bit feathers to see get coach to understand certain stuff. Now, if that make them not like me or whatever, okay, cool. But my whole point is I know some kids that are out there that go to certain schools and certain evaluating guys will call the coaches and be like, hey, you want to play in my event? But nah, we're not going to do it. Or nah, I can't do it. Or nah. And then they got guys on their teams who need to be in those tournaments. But it's because there's a breakage in relationships. It's cliques. It's, well, we not in this circle or we not in this and that. So again, like that's my point. Like it's just the truth. There's people who don't. There's people that don't like me. They don't like me. There's AAU coaches and people who do not like me. And I'm the one of the most coolest dudes. I don't talk. I don't do nothing wrong. So I never talk down on people. Let them do this. But I'm gonna speak my mind if someone come and ask me. But I'm not in no group chats talking trash. I'm not in no different things on no media, social media group chats talking. But if you come ask me, I'll tell you straight up. That's as simple as that. So my point is just trying to close that gap because there's kids who are in that gap who are good, D-King, who are good. And a lot of the times it's because they're not getting opportunities that they should because the school to go to. But if you tell a kid to go to a private school, or if that kid transfer to Concordia, if that kid transfer to St. Thomas Episcopal, if that kid transfer to Second Baptist, that kid transfer St. Pius, the schools that play, all these schools, then Houston Christian or Westbury Christian. Well, their coaches get mad. Oh, this and they going to private. No, there's real reasons why, but they don't get talked about. They don't get discussed. Woodlands Christian, kids go to Woodlands Christian. People get upset. So what I'm saying is to help everybody, let's start trying to build relationships instead of taking stuff personal. Because a bunch of people took what I said personal, and it wasn't personal at all. Shout out to my guy, Fox. My boy came at me, talked to me about it straight up. I told Fox what it was. We moved on. Like, hey, keep moving. Like, that's just what it was for me. So that was my whole point. And I'm not disagreeing with you, King. I'm not disagreeing with you. There are some kids who do just need to go to school and just enjoy being a college student.
65%.
Hey, stop saying it's 100 media people too.
You're right. It's 80.
It ain't 20. It ain't 25 good media people. I'll say that.
I ain't saying that.
I say that.
And it ain't good. It ain't no good. It ain't no good 400 good AAU teams.
They out here and they playing. Them dudes be having 400 teams in their events, bro. You playing. People seeing you.
But no, real quick, just to chime in on what y'all was talking about, I agree on both sides. You gotta tell kids, and I do it all the time, and so that's why a lot of people as well get upset because if I'm being honest, like you said, D King, if I'm being honest with you about a situation, I'm not doing it because I hate you or because I dislike your son as a player. I'm just doing it I'm just trying to let you know, hey man, like what you chasing or what you're going after, maybe that's not for you. But hey, to each his own. You got to let people experience life how they want to experience it. And then secondly, and you will be surprised. Like I worked with a lady who didn't even know about like what the icebreaker was, didn't know what Gassos was, because all they play in is primetime events. And so like she had no clue, and her sons are both juniors in high school, and they've been playing AAU quote unquote basketball since they were kids. And so there's people out here who are uneducated about other teams and what's really going on basketball wise.
You know what that tells me though?
What that say?
Them kids ain't trying to get active, bro. Every kid out here who plays basketball, no, them kids know what they doing. They playing out there. They know what they doing. They know to stay away.
Yeah,
they know what they doing.
That's what I'm saying. The kids know, but a lot of parents have.
Yeah, they probably hooping running shoes. They know what they're doing.
But a lot of parents have no clue. Like
D King, dog, I swear, bro, you stupid.
But lastly, as far as the high school portion, like college coaches prefer the summer, so you got to choose the right grassroots team. You got to get with the right AAU programs because the only benefit from high school is more so of matchups per se. It ain't really. I'm not really coming to recruit you because I'm in season, and so now I get to focus more on my season than in years past in the 90s and before that, where high school coaches were actually coming to the high school. I mean, where college coaches were actually coming to high school games, to actually actively recruit. Now they just
miss
come.
those days.
Now they just come. They just come in really to show their face. They're already there for a certain kid. I think we talked about this either last week or the week before. Like a college coach, they'll be there, and somebody dunk on somebody, and the coach missed the whole thing, and he don't even care who it was. Because he's there to see one kid only. He's not there to see everybody else.
That's what they get paid for, man. They got a list, man. I'm trying to see you with your little dog.
You got to make the most of your summer and make the right decisions. Make sure that you're playing with the right teams. There's some really solid independent teams, and that goes back with D King when he was saying like we have these circuit teams. You got your NY to LAs. You got your silvers and your golds of Adidas. Like you got your UA rises. Like there's good. Those are independent situations that you can get yourself into and be in a really good situation. Is people treat the main shoe circuit teams kind of like a D1 or D2 look like. It's either D1, D2 or nothing. Or either I'm on the shoe team or I ain't playing at all. So I mean if that's what you choose, then that's on you. But you can't be mad if you miss out on opportunities because that's what you chose.
And you should get chose.
But some kids don't. But some kids don't even know about like if it's not EYBL, if it's not first team, Adidas, SSB, or UAA, kids don't know. Like a lot of kids didn't know about the NYTL last year. They didn't know what it was. They didn't understand what it was. Russell Westbrook.
Hey, let me ask you this, Will, before we get out of here, because I gotta get out of here in a second. Give me 4 kids you feel like are slept on that could play. That are kids we're speaking of right now. Give me 3 or 4 guys who you think like could play at the next level.
And they aren't
in a situation. Yeah,
but in that situation.
Yeah, I'm saying in the situation we just spoke of, right? That there are kids who aren't giving out, who aren't given opportunities, who they at schools where they don't play in this event and that event. They play on a smaller summer basketball team. Like who are a few kids, so you can get their name out there. So maybe somebody who's watching can check them. No, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying so you can, so you can get their name out there.
I named 2 already. Kid with 7 Lakes, Purdue. That's at Katy.
Who did the kid from 7 Lakes play with? Didn't he play with like Katy Select?
Big basketball. Both of them played with big basketball. Both of them played with big basketball. Both of them played with big basketball.
Big basketball wasn't in the what was the joint at the gym they had with Hicks and how they had put that team together. They got smoked.
No, they didn't play in that event, but yeah.
Okay.
He said they got smoked.
Yeah, that's
You stupid, dog. The King, now I swear, the King, you funny. No, I mean those are 2 I can think off the rip. I would have to really sit down and just kind of see. But my point is just like, and it wasn't so much about the D3. I was just using the D3 as saying that there are some kids who are pretty good ball players out here, and they go to suburban schools, and we don't get a chance to really see them play, matchups and certain stuff. And it's kids who go to schools who are good. And again, like G-Day said, it's not so much about the scholarship. It's about the matchups, the rankings, like the kid, like because I feel like a lot of kids over the last 2 years have transferred schools because they feel like they're not getting certain matchups. Or
You can't say that. Don't say that. You can't transfer for athletic purposes, boy. What you doing? Don't say that. You can't say that, man. You can't transfer for
academic.
Yeah, or you moved. They didn't transfer for matchups. What are you doing, man?
I didn't say they transferred from matchups, boy. God,
what you said? What you said?
Bro.
You're right. You didn't say that. You're right.
I did not say that.
You're right.
I didn't say they transferred from matchups. I mean, truthfully, academics and athletics to me go hand in hand. And what I mean by that is that
can't say that either.
No.
No, I'm messing with you.
Nah, I'm a student athlete. So what I mean by that is if I go switch schools or I move, 9 out of 10, like for instance, when my son transferred to Concordia, that was a big upgrade for him academically. Going to a college prep school at Concordia, it prepared him for college. And I believe sometimes it's also about kids who go to 6A schools and they need to get in a smaller environment because they're not socially gifted or they're not really around. So they go to small atmosphere, they get better with their grades because they're in a room with 20 kids. They know their teachers. They get to get more acquainted with it. Where in some schools, they be in big class, they sit in the back, got their hat or hoodie on, sit back. You're like, who's that kid? So, I mean, it's just for me, it's just saying that I just would like to see more schools be involved in the preseason stuff. Because there's some kids like this preseason that didn't even get a chance to play in certain events that they should have, and parents do call and ask, so why we won your event, or why we didn't play that, or what's going on, or this college coach came and it's just stuff like that, man. I'm just saying we got to get better with our relationships and communications to help everybody. That's the whole thing. That's really what it is, more than anything for me. Because I don't want to get caught up with all the other stuff that people be, because then now, again, like you said, people are going to be saying, so Coach Willis said kids are transferring from athletic reasons. Here we go. Now I'm going to get angry for that. No.
Man, that's a good question. What are some public schools that are like good academically?
Honestly, there's a lot. But no, honestly, there's a school is what you make it.
Yeah.
School is what you make it. So
yeah.
If you go to school and you want to be a class clown, that's what you're gonna be.
Yes.
If you go to school and you actually, bury yourself in books.
Well,
be straight.
To an extent, there are schools that put more into. They have more resources and give more and put more into their academics than others. I can speak from that because my wife is an elementary school teacher now, right? And so she works at an elementary school that's in Third Ward, and my son goes to an elementary school that's in Bel Air. My son is in pre-K. My wife teaches pre-K, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is not given certain things, certain materials that she doesn't have, that the school isn't willing to get, things of that nature. The classroom setup is weird and it's bad. My son's classroom, he has one of the best pre-K teachers, and the way they learn is different in that school atmosphere and environment. They greet the kids, at the school in Third Ward. The kids go sit in the cafeteria, can't make no noise, so certain schools put certain different things. If you go to what's the school? I think it's the school in Katy the joint in Pasadena with the cafeteria where they had a good hospitality. They got a crazy cafeteria with like Subway and all this different stuff, right? But then if you probably go to I can't think of North Forest, they got the chicken nuggets and the square pizza with the little pieces of pepperoni on the top. You know what I'm saying?
no.
Like, it's you know, like certain school, like some schools don't have the smart boards on them. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Like,
true.
it's
No,
just,
what
you
you
know,
saying is true.
so I think that also plays a part into the education, you know, the learning. Some kids go to environments that they, you know, makes them want to learn. Some people go to environments that they hate going to. You know what I'm saying? So I think that definitely plays a part. So I think what you said is true, but I also think that the certain schools, you know, the what the school put into it is true as well.
It is, and as well, it starts at home. So parenting as well, is especially elementary level is very key in your education and what you're going to be. Because if once you get into the secondary, that's the middle school, high school, it's real easy to get lost. Um, because you know teachers are really there to, hey, we got to move on. We can't ponder on this. We can't stay on this subject too long. You know, as being an educator, kids are not taught to retain information anymore. It's just you're just taught to know for testing situations, and we moving on.
Mhm.
And that's just the way that school is now.
We need to put more light. Do they still have home ec in school?
I don't think a lot of
Some
schools
districts.
do.
Some
I
Yo,
don't
districts.
that's
I don't
tough.
I
Some
don't think a lot
districts.
of schools
Some
do.
districts do.
I seen a thing. I think it was some school put you know how all the girls when we was in school was in cosmetology, right? You
Hmm.
remember that? Like I don't. A lot of schools don't have that anymore. But I seen another school put in like a barber college for kids. You know, like yo, that's something that'll make a kid
I
want to go.
believe
Right,
that's
yeah.
West. I believe that's Westfield. I want to say that was
That's
Westfield.
Westfield.
I think that was
Yeah,
Westfield.
I
I seen
remember
that
it
on
was a
Twitter.
school on the north side.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's Westfield that put the barber college in there. Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah,
if you put trades back into schools, that helps because it goes along with what you were saying earlier. They can every kid, just like every kid's not a basketball, every kid's not even prepared to go to college. Um, because a lot of kids, that's even your kids who come from good situations, they'll go to college as a student and they're gonna flunk out the first semester because they never been able to have that freedom and they just partying nonstop. We ain't going to classes, nothing. And so some kids I need to learn to be a plumber. You know, I need to learn to be an electrician. I
yeah.
need to be a barber. I need to get my cosmetology degree. I need to be a carpenter. Like I can come out of high
Wifey
school.
said a real estate agent. Wifey said real estate agent.
Or yeah, I can come out of high school as qualified to do all these jobs because not everybody is meant to go to college. Everybody can't handle that.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I think, and I think I think those are things that a lot of our athletes should be involved in as well because you know there's more there are more and better career, not better career, but there are more career paths, and there are career paths that are lucrative and can set you
Yeah.
up, and you can live a really good and comfortable life outside of playing basketball and being in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so much more than that I think kids should be exposed to. Like, yo, I tell my wife all the time, man, I wish I knew how to do hair. Yo, they be racking up. Yo, them
Oh
wigs,
yeah.
them Cardi B
Hey,
joints,
yo,
yo,
hey,
they like $800.
hey,
Hey,
lace wig,
Yo,
they
lace
be making
wigs.
money.
bruh, a handsome brother like me in a doing wigs, I'll mop up, boy. Come on, I'll mop up, man. Rob, on the other hand, he gotta sell wigs with a mask on. I was just playing, man.
Oh man.
Get all the
Hey,
chuckles
man.
out. Get all the laughs and chuckles out. I never. Hey, when I was shooting my shots, a lot of my jumpers went in. I'm ahead of the curve.
Hey,
I'm ahead of the curve already. I'm 6'5", and I'm caramel skin with brown eyes, man. So you know what I'm saying? When I step in the room, my presence felt. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. When I step in the room, my presence felt. You feel me?
oh,
Hey, my boy said
oh.
6'5" caramel with brown eyes.
You know what I'm
Hey, man, that's
saying?
my time, y'all. That's my
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Man.
Bye. Jump.
Yeah,
No, but
Oh man.
honestly, man, before we hop off, everything that was said on here, seriously, people consider it like really go to like a St. Thomas basketball game. I'm talking about St. Thomas University. Like it's some players like and be honest, parents, with yourself, because you'll be like, man, okay, maybe this ain't for my son. Maybe this isn't it for my daughter. I need to look into that cosmetology route. I need to look into becoming a plumber. There's nothing wrong with none of that. Like those guys make some good money. Like,
Man.
and so it's nothing wrong with that. You never know, man. You may. I have a buddy who, he went to like mechanic school when he was in high school, and now he works in a NASCAR pit. Like you don't know where those situations will lead you. Like you never know. Like it's more ways to make money than hooping, man.
Straight up. Don't send them kids to Kansas.
my son in Kansas, man. He loves.
He in Wichita. No, he in Wichita though. That's a real city.
Yeah, he's like it's like 25 minutes outside of Wichita. So
that's a real city. So he good.
Yeah, he always at Wichita State on the campus. Like every time I talk to him, like you supposed to be at your own school.
But the King, it's a bunch of schools like that, man.
And what you saying is true, the King, because he be like, man, we don't have no girls.
Because Kansas City State, they got like
you got no girls.
NCCA, like a Christian school that's literally like right across the street from Kansas State. And I know like 3 dudes who went and played college basketball there, but they go to Kansas State all the time for party, but they hoop at the Christian Bible school. So,
you going to you in seminary and you going to party? Man, y'all, man. See, man.
Hey,
Lord have mercy.
Last time I checked, all the disciples was hoodlums. So, hey, bro.
Hey, man, listen.
They was hoodlums first, man. Hey.
We fall down, but we get up.
Exactly.
What school did you go to, Miss Raspberry? I bet it wasn't in the middle of Kansas.
She went to UT, boy.
Exactly. She was up there with me. I knew she looked familiar. We was on C. We was at the Texas Relay. Yep. Having a good time. Yep. Mm-hmm. You ain't fooling nobody.
Hey, D King, before we
she said nope. She said nope.
I think she said nope to their school in Kansas.
D King, before we get off, man, I just wanted to let you know that Ole Miss is in the top 10 in the country in both polls, man. So I just want you to know that. Number 9 in the AP poll, number 10 in the coaches poll.
Bro, I'm happy for you, man, because just judging by what's in this box down here on my bottom left corner, that's the best thing you got going for yourself right now, man. Because you struggling, boy.
Hey, we talk about really quickly. We talking about like jobs and stuff like people don't. Bro, I never thought I'm about to be an operations manager at a hospital. Like,
man, congratulations, man. That's dope.
That's crazy. So, D King, if you looking for something, man, come on.
No, you're not gonna cuss me out. Nope. Not gonna be mistreated at work. Hey, man.
But no, D King, we appreciate you for hopping on, man.
No, for sure, man. It's been great, man. I had a great time.
It's been fun, man.
I had a great time. I hope that appreciate it.
That chick don't bounce. We sent you. I hope it don't bounce.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna send y'all my cash out, man. Good.
Nah, we appreciate that time and expertise, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a blast.
No, man, I appreciate it, man. It's been good, man. I've gotten a lot of calls from people about some of my comments on here. Like good and bad. So I think it's good, man. A lot of people watch the replay and stuff, and
I'm glad
Monday morning.
I needed you to come on here and be that rebel, so people won't think I'm so harsh.
Hey, man, I'm the nicest guy ever, man. I like everybody. I love everybody, man. I just like coaching basketball.
Hey, straight real. Hey, He's a great D3 player.
So we just gotta be honest, man. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
It ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
We
And
need
yeah,
to
you're
do
right.
more of that.
Most people don't, get a job in whatever they went to school for.
Definitely.
So yeah, take advantage of where basketball will take you. But as I always say, play the game. Don't let the game play you.
Correct.
You gotta know what situation is best for you. Don't get in a situation, as D King was saying, where it's not meant for you, and you end up hating the sport and hating everything about it. I know a lot of kids who turned out that way. They just hate it. They won't even let their kids play, no matter how good their kids are. They just because of their hate for it. So
tough.
just be smart. Be smart about it. Until the next time, this is a shot clock.